Hey guys, midday recap. Would have come to you sooner, but this is as soon as I could get out. We're having quite the scary melt off, huh? $74.22. That was our low. I was watching all the way down, saw it start to bounce, and then I was like, all right, this could be kind of a bottom. Typically, you know, if there's going to be a reversal, it's going to take more than just candles on a 5-minute chart. So then I'll go over to the 1 hour, I'll start looking at it. Looks like it's kind of just building a support down here, honestly. And if you look at this line, this is kind of a support from over here, which was whatever Thursday's lows or whatever that day was, Friday's lows, I don't know. But it looks like it's kind of just holding on that support over there. It's a little bit below it, but you can't be too legalistic about it. Kind of just this area. And this is a good thing if it can hold this support. But basically, yeah, it started running up here, and then there was news you may or may not have heard. Well, first of all, Cuban was on Wall Street Bets answering questions, just talking to people. A lot of interesting things to say. One thing he said, which I had not even thought about for some reason, was part of the sell-off, which I don't know if it's part of the sell-off because this is, again, such low volume. Again, look at the volume here, guys. You can tell the difference today is much more volume. Let's get into that in a minute. But anyways, he was saying part of the sell-off could be margin calls on retail traders. So basically, if you're investing in this, and you're trying to have some sort of short squeeze happen, you want to do it with cash accounts. If you don't have a cash account, change your account to a cash account, and then tell your brokerage not to lend out your shares. That simple. I'm gonna pull up something over here. Let me see if I can get this. There we go. Make sure there's nothing. Basically, yeah, I guess I can't show that actually. It's got some personal information, but I'll just read it word for word. I messaged Webull and I said, I would like my GME shares to not be loaned out. They said, hi, James. Please note if the stock was lent out, it could still sell at any time. Thank you. Basically, they were saying, we're not going to do that, but you can still sell it, just whatever. It's just a standard reply, probably. I said, I understand. I don't want my GME shares lent out. I need confirmation you won't, or I will be closing my account with you guys and recommending the same to my 100,000 plus audience. They replied an hour later, hi, James, you have exited the stock lending program. Your shares won't be lent out. So there you go. Yeah, they did it. A little bit of push, and now my few shares are not being lent out. I did scale into it more last night when it was after hours here when it was down. Bought 1 or 2 shares here, and then right here, I was watching the Cuban thing. I was like, all right, it looks like it's kind of changing the trend here. It's really low on the RSI, so it was bound to bounce. But then right here, news came out about the New York Stock Exchange adding GME to the shortlist restriction, which you can find it on Wall Street Bets again. Let me see if I can find it really quick. But basically, I guess if a stock drops 10% in a day, they add it to the shortlist restriction. I've heard different things. I don't know if it's been updated. I haven't been listening, but I've heard different things as far as what all that means. I've heard it doesn't come into effect till tomorrow. I've heard it was in effect since yesterday. I've heard it only restricts short selling if the stock is going up, or if the stock is going down. So basically, you can only short sell on green ticks. And then I've heard that you can't short sell at all. I've heard it's only gonna last a day. I've heard it's indefinitely. So I've heard a lot of different things, but basically what we're hearing is I think they're on some sort of short restriction, basically shorted stock list restriction by the New York Stock Exchange. And it seems like it's probably not going to come into effect till tomorrow. That's kind of what I'm believing. And I don't know how long it will last. Truly no idea, but that should maybe prevent the short ladder attacks more. That honestly might just make the stock go crazy up. It's hard to know. Today they still could be shorting it, but it's basically the same thing that they did to, or the market makers, Citadel, whoever it was, to people that were having trouble buying shares. They said, oh, you can't buy shares, so they only let you sell it. That's basically what they're doing now to people that short stocks. Are going to say you can only buy it, which if you see what that did, not to be too optimistic about this, but it could be. If you see what that did here, I mean, this was when we couldn't buy it anymore, and the stock not only tanked, but then it stayed low. bumped up, but then it's been selling off since then. I think that's a little part of it, not a huge part, but anyways, this bottom, it's good. These candles are, or this volume is bigger than it has been the last 3 days. So it's not this kind of volume over here, but it's still pretty good volume. So it's maybe found a bottom here, maybe not. This could just be a kind of consolidation before it keeps going. Kind of a bear flag. It's hard to know. I did pick up, though, after I saw it being on the restricted short list on the New York Stock Exchange, I did pick up a couple more shares even right here. So I know I said I didn't want to put any more capital into this, but when it's cheap, it's like, man, one can dream. So trying to be careful with it. I got to get back to my normal trading at some point, hopefully before my account's totally to zero, because I've YOLO'd everything. No, I'm pretty safe. I mean, max loss on the stuff, it'll be a few grand for me, which will definitely hurt. I'm not big on the money on these accounts. Not a whole lot of money, but yeah, I'm holding. Got 10 shares in this one and now 14 in this one. The options, I'll probably try and close out of them if we have a big green day, just because those do expire, you know, and now that this thing's moving more like a normal stock and it's not just like going to the moon immediately, it seems like they're a little too volatile, but we'll see. I mean, that could change if it seems like it's really showing some strong green candles with a lot of volume towards its close here. I might do a put credit spread or something. There's one other thing I wanted to share. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, basically it's kind of hanging out around this support, which that's not too bad. It could keep coming lower though, honestly. And just to bring you guys back to the Volkswagen squeeze, it dropped much lower than it would really have to bring it back down here if it was to resemble that. But the short ladder attacks, I'm wondering how it's going to look with the short list restricted, if we'll notice a difference or not. I feel like we will. Oh, the other news, which you guys probably know, is on Robinhood, you can now buy shares. And I think that was also the bullish news that made it run up, and it was halting and stuff, if you guys noticed. So if I want to buy 100 shares, I need more buying power, but yeah, I could do it. So I think 100 is the most you can buy on Robinhood right now, but other brokerages, you know, I mean, Webull, I think I can buy an unlimited amount, and E-Trade, I think I could too. So I think that was also the reason for this bullish push. It's kind of melting off now, though. We'll see what happens. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. I'll be back with some more updates if anything else comes out. Thanks, guys. Peace out.